Today we're going to place the front bearings in my 1975 Jeep CJ. Now I've already got the wheel off and the hub off. We're going to start from there and go to bearings in back on the vehicle on one side because the other side is exactly the same. Now when you get the wheel and the hub off, you're going to see there's little Allen holes. Now it's let me get in front of it. So 1/8, what mine says, Allen bit. And I just got the one you put on a socket. Hopefully they come out no problem. Don't ask me exactly how that works, but you can see it's rusty. I'll give you a better shot up in this hole. You can see up in there, it's dry and nasty. Got a little pan down here to catch it, keep my concrete clean. I'm gonna clean that up just a little bit. 9/16. All right, now I've got this off. That's a little locking mechanism. I'll clean it up with some brake cleaner, but I'm gonna show you. Look, that's what happens. They run these Jeeps down. Oh, let's run it down through the damn creek. Let's see if we can sink it. Well, yeah, that's all fine. Then you drive out of there thinking, oh, no problem. A month later, all of a sudden, bam, damn bearings fall out. She is rough. That nut ain't even, I'm just taking it off with my hand. I might have to put some gas in a bucket and just clean all this crap. I need a little something to grab both sides. There we go. Here's a nasty ass washer. Woo! Okay, recap. I took the one nut off, the washer, then behind it. Now I got it cleaned up where you can see a little bit. There's another nut, and then if you look, right back there is the bearings. So I should be able to take that nut off. And it's just finger tight. When I take it off, it should come off. It's nasty, but it's a nut. It looks about like the same thickness as the first nut. I'm gonna try to make sure. Okay, look. Then another washer. I'm gonna put it with that nut. So I know, because the washers are different sizes. And then look, here comes the bearings. Now I just put it in some gas in a little tub. I'm not gonna bore you with the cleaning it out. I'm gonna do it and I'll show you when it's done. All right, I got her pretty clean. I'm just gonna get in there, see if I can, get it out. There it goes, see? I just knocked that side down, put it right there, and popped that side up. There is my back bearing. And if you can see, it shouldn't be brown, That's the color, I don't know if you can see, but see that light color? They use that light color grease, but that's the color the grease should be. This thing is full of mud and water. I'm gonna have to take it, now I got it all out. I'm gonna have to take it out there in the gas and clean it out again. I'm gonna show you real quick. Now this is a bearing, right? This is the race. I don't know, some people know that, some people don't, but when you go somewhere and you're like, put new bearings in front, say, look, I want the bearing and put the race in there, because a lot of people, and mine ain't bad, I probably could get away with it, but I'm just gonna do it to show you. But a lot of people, they'll go in there and they'll see that race ain't chewed up too bad, and they'll just be lazy. They're on commission. Faster they get it done, more money they make. And they'll just leave that in there, throw another bearing in it, and roll on, you know, and it may be okay, but the fact of the matter is, if you're doing it yourself, that's your option. If you're paying someone, you're paying them to put that race in there. God dang it, make them put that race in there. If you have to, when you get there, show up, say, all right, let me see my old bearings and my old races, and watch them start to shake and quiver. That'll probably bring out some shit that ain't going to your car. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to show you. These things are actually made pretty good. If you look down in that hole, there's the race right there. You get on the back side, they actually got a little notch cut out on both sides where you can get something in there and hit that race, and you knock it out. You tap over here, tap over here, tap over here, tap over here, and knock that race out. And then you flip it over, same thing. It's got that notch right there, that notch right there. You take your little punch or something. I'll probably use like a chisel, but you tap, 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 tap it all the way out. And then get in there and clean that up real good with a little bit of sandpaper or something. I don't know, make it smooth. And then you just, I'll show you when it gets time to put it back in. I'll show you how. I just went and found me a bolt with a little blunt end. Bam. Bam, the other one. You know, all of 2 minutes. Now, we still got to put them back in, but a lot of guys, they won't spend that 2 minutes replacing these damn things. They're both the same size, front and back. That means the bearings, probably front and back bearings, are both the same bearing. What we're going to do, we're going to put the one in there, tap it down. Then we'll take this old one. This is the old one. We'll tap it down. Then we'll take the old one, put it on top, and then tap on the old one. Keep from beating up your lip there. Just use some 120 sandpaper I had. Just went all around in there, sanded it down good. All around this side, sanded it down good, wiped it out real good. You got to make sure if there's a grit in there, make sure you get all that cleaned up real good. If I'm at my farm, not at my shop. I got a parts washer at my shop, but here I'm working off the basics, which is kind of good because you may be working off the basics too. I got me a brand new tub of grease, premium grease, high temperature, designed for some shit. But, you know, and you might be watching this talking about, oh no, I wouldn't do it like that. Oh no, I wouldn't use that. Oh, I'd use this. Or, you know, you be you, man. Oh, you know, I'm just showing you. If you want to change some shit up, change some shit up. But I'm just showing you the way Joe does it, okay? So don't get your panties all in the wad. Don't be writing in some rude shit. Mine might be the exact way you're supposed to do it. But I tell you what, it works. Works for me. You know, watch a few videos if you want to. See the way a few different guys do it. One thing I have noticed is all these bearings are the exact same size. And another thing I noticed, the first one I opened, it was just a race. I thought, well, the races are so different than the bearings. No. Some son of a bitch got in there. And remember when I told you they'd use the bearing, not the race? Well, some son of a bitch got in there, took the bearing out, put the race back in the box, and went and got their money. Their little old $16 or whatever the hell it was back. So now I got to go to AutoZone. I bought these a long time ago. I got to go up there and argue with them to get my bearing. But anyhow, make sure you're putting it in there the right way. The cup goes out. Just stick it in there. And see, and you can take the old bearing, lay it on it, get your hammer. You might just, the first part you got to go easy. Just tap her. Love tap her, man. You know, she gonna go. She wants to go. I say she wants to go. What Happy Gilmore say? That's your home. Don't you want to go to your home? Anyhow, she's supposed to want to go. I'm just going to walk around it with this old bearing, tapping on the new bearing. And you'll kind of, oh yeah, see, It just jumped in, boy. But you gotta watch it because you tap your old bearing there, it might not wanna come back out, you know, like that one feels stuck a little bit. What you do though, I'll show you how to do that. Let me see how much further I got to go. I think I'm there. It's up against the wall. Looks like I'm gonna go around just to make sure. Lug tap, you know. But you can feel it. You'll feel it. It'll be boom, boom, all of a sudden, bop, bop, bop. You'll feel it, you know. It'll peg out on the bottom. Now I got my old race on top of my new race, but I'm gonna take this chisel, I'm gonna stick it in there and put it right on that old race lip, because that's how I stacked them, and knock that right back out. It ain't gonna take much. Hey, look at there. Bam, it's out. All right, see, that one's in. Now, the other side. Okay, I gotta keep my mind right, old race, new race, but I put a little grease in here on both sides, just so it'll slide, you know. It ain't gonna hurt it. Just so you ain't shoving dry metal against dry metal. That's when you go to having to really hit it and damage your race. All right, I got my new race. Now this one goes in there pretty deep, but see, it slides down there until it gets to the actual spot. So I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna take this one, lay it in there the same way, taper to the inside, and I'm gonna put this one right on top. And I just got a little socket. And I'm gonna love tap it in there. I'm gonna send it to its home. It wants to go to its home. You'll feel it. All of a sudden, you'll tell, you know, hey, she ain't want to go no further. You look in there and it'll be bottomed out. Once you bottom out, you just kind of walk it around. I mean, once it bottoms out, it's bottomed out. It ain't going. You know, and that's a possibility too. The last guy who put it in there might not have bottomed them races out. See? I'm not bottomed out. See, it felt like it was. He might not have bottomed them races out, and then when he got to riding it, they just shoved themselves back in. See now, I don't know if you can tell the difference in that sound. But there, she's bottom. Yeah, now all I gotta do, well, hell, that might slide out. Yeah, look at there, slid right out. No damage at all to the edges of my race. My bearing's gonna slide right in there. This is done. The bearings are ready to go in, except for you gotta pack them with grease. And I don't know if you ever packed a bearing, but there's a little old school trick. I'm gonna try to get it right the first time. Put some grease right there in your palm. Put some grease right there in your palm. Then you take the bearing, the big side, see the big side, and then you just take it and you cup it and you shove it. And you'll see that grease come through. You'll see it come through them little slots and start coming out the top. When it comes out the top, you're all the way done. I'm not gonna bore you. I'm gonna show you for a second, and then I'm gonna come back, it's gonna be a done deal, because this takes a little bit. You just take it, put that in your palm, and squeeze it in there. Just start walking up that grease line. And you can even make a circle. You don't have to pack it all the way to the first run around. You could, you know, go around a few times. But anyhow, better you pack them, better off it is. I'm gonna shut up now. I'll shove it through where you can see it. All right, you see, I just went ahead and did it. You see where the grease is all the way up the top of your bearing? This done came all the way through that little channel and poking out the top there. That's what you want all the way around. All right, so just keep doing circles till you get there. Put this back bearing, they're both the same bearing, but anyhow, I'm gonna put the one in the back in there. And then, all right, set it at? Okay, here is my new seal. Now, this flush side goes to the top. The side with the little groove in it goes to the inside. You gotta be real careful tapping this thing in there. Gentle with it, put a little grease around the edges, because it's gonna wanna go crooked on you, you know, maybe, but you just love tapping. I think I might. So I'm gonna take this race, set it on top. Let me see if I can just get it. You know, this is a kind of, sometimes this is the most frustrating part. Getting this thing started. Okay, she started. Getting that thing started, sometimes you just gotta be gentle. But once you get it started, you'll know it, you'll feel it. Most of this shit's done by feel, not by sight. Just tap it till you, all right, she's in there. I'm gonna call that good. See, it's nice, even around. Now, what I'm gonna do, my bearing's in there, put your bearing in, put your seal on. If you put that seal on, you ain't got your bearing there, you gotta take the seal back off. Sometimes you tear the seal up, you gotta go get another seal if you forget that. Make sure you do that. Now what I'm gonna do, I got my grease. I'm gonna pack some, I'm just gonna pack some in this little area between the bearings. Just get you a handful. I got my gloves on to pack it in there. I guess you could put too much, but you know. If you put too much, it's gonna squeeze it out. But don't go crazy, but just put something all the way around. All right, now she is ready. Now, let me get this shit off my glove. Might have to. Now she's ready for the bearing to go in. Or, yeah, I'm gonna slide the hub. I'm gonna leave the front bearing out for now. I'm gonna slide the hub on that shaft, get it all the way back, then slide this bearing on, get it all the way up there, put my washer on, put my nut on. We're just about done. All this shaft, got all the grit, dirt off of it, got it nice and clean. Now it's time for this. It's just gonna slide on there. And then that seal's gonna slide around that thing back there. You'll feel it, it's to the back. Then you take your bearing, slide it in there. Now I've already re-cleaned off camera. I went ahead and cleaned all this up because you know, it was a gooky mess. It's got a little bump right there. You gotta put that where the bump goes. Okay, I feel this over here. It's a little bit of a greasy. It's a greasy job, I ain't gonna lie. Dang it. I'll get it done. Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. All right, now, time for the nut. Now this nut, somebody's been chiseling on it. Wasn't me. It looked like it was tight as hell one time. But I'm gonna put them chisel marks to the outside, make sure I put it on there the same way it goes in. Now here's the part, you know, I personally do by feel. Now, the only thing I can think of is why it's got two nuts, because this thing don't have a quarter pin or nothing like that. I think you tighten this first one up, you know, just snug it up good with your fingers. Don't put no damn thing on there and tighten shit out of it. You want to snug it up good with your fingers. Make sure it has no slack in and out, side to side. You'll feel it. It'll feel good. You know, you can't get it no more tighter with your fingers. But that's probably good enough. Now sometimes, if you want to, drive it for a week or two, then come back and jack it up and feel that wheel. See if that wheel's got any slack in it. This shit may settle in, and that may be the problem I had the first time. It may settle in, you may jack it up and that wheel got just a little play in it. Just take the cover off, go back in here, snug that nut up a little more. You know, you may jack it up, it's fine. Hopefully you jack it up and it's fine. I'm just saying, if something feels funny, jack it up, recheck it. All right, this thing has got that same little groove. Now the only thing I can figure, this is my first time doing a Jeep, is this groove goes in that hole there to the little, I'm gonna try it both damn ways because I should have paid more attention. It was just so nasty. But see how that thing has got that, is arched out right there? From what it looks like, that goes to the inside. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But I'm thinking that would go to the inside, like that. And then when you put this nut on there, this is a backup nut. If you ever done it before, you got something you don't want to move, you put a nut on, then you take the same nut and you put it on there and you tighten them both together and it won't spin. Now, that's the only thing I can figure why. I mean, both of these jokers was hand tight, you know. But I'm gonna put it on there and I'm gonna take my little chisel and I'm gonna see if I can, cause I don't know what the hell keep that from backing off. Maybe that's why so much was loose. A bit late in the game, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, this is my first Jeep. I've done a lot of wheel bearings, but I've never done a Jeep. It's basically the same shit. Let's see, I'm gonna tap it. Now my washer on the backside, it can't move because it's got that little groove in it. So it's not gonna turn that nut on the other side. What I'm thinking is this is gonna snug up against the other nut. We're gonna find out in just a damn second. But I'm looking, that washer is not moving. It can't move, it's in the groove. All right, she's tight. All right. Now spin it a little bit, you'll feel it. That feels good. You don't want it to go bzzz, nothing like that. You want it to turn when you turn it and stop when you quit turning it. You know, that right there, I'm gonna say is good. There's no slack, you know, it's got tension on it. It's got tension on it. And this is a done deal. You here, you're good to go. All you gotta do, and I gotta clean all this stuff up and grease it, but all this stuff is just powder keg dry, man. I'm gonna put a little, you know, smear a little grease in there. This is all the four-wheel drive stuff. All right, that's a done deal. Took all of probably an hour. Could have been done quicker if I had some air tool. But if, I mean, you just stand there with hand tools, just figure maybe an hour aside. Take your time, clean it good, grease it good, lay everything out where you know exactly how it goes back, and you shouldn't have no problem. I still got to do the other side. Now, if you want to watch me do it twice, just watch the video twice, because I ain't recording no. I ain't recording no. The other side, same exact thing. But anyhow, this is a done deal. All I got to do is put the hub on it, put the tire back on it, and this side is wrapped up. I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something. If I missed something, I didn't do something right, I didn't say something, you got a question, hell, put it down there, send it to me. I'll answer it. I look at this YouTube channel every damn day. But I mess with this Jeep. This is my Jeep. You know, I got a short video. If you look at my channel, if you subscribe to my channel, if you can, I sure would appreciate the hell out of that. But if you look at my channel, there's actually a video. It's only 3.5 minutes of me when I got this Jeep and redoing this Jeep. But watch that for me, okay? All right, thank you.